This week's travels bring me to Monterrey, Mexico, where I'll be doing a little game hunting before my trip to Mexico City next week. After a few tourist attractions, my first stop is Plaza de la Tecnología. How's everybody doing? We're here at Freaky Plaza, which is the video game section of Plaza de la Tecnología, Technology Plaza. As you can see, it's very similar to my Tijuana episode, where I visited the same establishment, but in Tijuana. Seems like every major city in Mexico has this plaza. So that's great for gamers and people that want to, play video games, arcades, and whatnot. So as you can see, they have a big selection of a lot of stuff. That Paper Mario, for example, was $20. So if you know the values of games, you know that that's a good deal. A lot of controllers, NES games, Sega, a lot of PlayStation stuff. So it's a very, very good selection. I ended up picking up this Punch-Out for 300 pesos, which is about, I don't know, $10, $15. Not bad. This guy had a lot of stuff. He took out all the Nintendo stuff, and I found Wampum and Donkey Kong 3. I found Rainbow Islands, all for a great price. I had to haggle a bit, but in Mexico, that's already expected from a consumer. So don't be afraid to haggle when you're in Mexico. As you can see, he had a lot of stuff. Here's another stand with some pretty uncommon stuff like that Zelda controller. I looked at these little trading card things. I picked up 2 of them. They're Japanese. I have no idea what they say on the package, but pretty quick trip. After some tourist stuff again, some tacos, gonna hit a flea market. The next day I hit a flea market here in Monterrey, and this one is called Churubusco. I think that's how you say it. So flea markets are pretty much similar to Tijuana here, where you're going to see a lot of different stuff and games and toys, video games, clothes, shoes, power tools. See over here, he's got some game stuff, and I see he has a Tecmo Super Bowl, which if you are familiar with the Tecmo series, the Tecmo Super Bowl is the most beloved of the series, and some say that it's the best football and NFL game for NES. So I did pick that up for 100 pesos, which is about $5, $5. And he also has some other stuff here I'm kind of looking at, like these Pokemon cards. I do know a little bit about Pokemon cards. The rule of thumb, bottom right corner, if you see a star, it's a rare one. Diamond is uncommon. Circle is common. And then if it's first edition, obviously it's a little worth a little more. So keep looking here. This flea market is not that big. I was given a tip by a taxi driver, and he said it was the biggest one in Monterrey. So not as big as the ones I'm used to. Here's a Pokemon book I was looking at, but I have no idea what it is. So just looking. And mostly came to this table for the GameCube that's right next to it. I wanted to see how much it was, but as soon as I opened the door, it wouldn't close again. So I passed on it. Now, one thing that this flea market did have a lot of was antiques and kind of vintage stuff. So that was pretty interesting to see. Every state in Mexico has their own little culture. Like this right here, the little players that were like a soccer foosball table, took them out because they were from an old table from the 60s and 50s, and he was selling them individually. And then all these toys here, he had G.I. Joe, He-Man stuff, But you know, it's kind of hard to carry that stuff around, especially when I don't know much about it. I would just buy it because of the nostalgia of it, not really because it has any value or I collect it necessarily. But overall, a great flea market. Over here they call them tianguis. And I had a great time, great food as always, and pretty short video here, but I hope you guys enjoyed all the finds. I'm gonna go through all the finds right now so you can see you know, up close what I found and for how much I got it for. But if you're ever in the Monterrey area, I highly recommend it. I don't highly recommend coming here as a destination trip, but if you're passing through, I do recommend stopping in because it's a great city with great people. All right, so waiting for my Uber now, and one thing I did buy that I didn't film was the Pokemon cards that you saw. I did buy those, so I'm gonna go to the hotel now and see if there's anything of value. All right, so to start off my finds, I have Wampum for NES, kind of a rare game. Punch Out, non-Mike Tyson version, got that for $300. Donkey Kong 3, and then Rainbow Islands, which I think is Bubble Bobble 2, right? Something like that. I got all that for 1,400 pesos. I got these booklet things, Super Mario booklet collector things. It's in Japanese, but I guess it's little mini comic books or something like that. I got those for 60 pesos each, about $3, $3.50, something like that. So pretty cool items that you know you don't really see usually. Then I got Tecmo Super Bowl at the flea market. I got that for 100 pesos. So that's my NES and Nintendo section of my finds. Then at that same flea market, I got all these Pokemon cards, which you don't really see often, big Pokemon cards like that. The guy had no idea what he had, but as far as my knowledge of Pokemon, it's very basic. I know how to tell what's rare or not. And then I had to consult some friends about these trainer cards and all that, and energy cards, and I have no idea what I'm talking about right now, but I was told by my friends that these are the rare ones. I picked them all out. If you know about them, comment in the section below. But as far as there's Raichu, Pikachu, I mean, those are obvious, not collector, not expensive, but you know, they're the ones people look for the most. And then yeah, that's pretty much as far as that. And on this page, I was told that the most expensive ones I have are the Venusaur, this top left one because it's a hologram, this middle one, and this dark Charizard, which is also like a highly sought after one. But whatever, hopefully I'll make some money off of those. Really happy with my Nintendo finds this trip, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Any questions, comment below. Any comments, also comment below. I'll see you next time, whether it's this country or another. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Subscribe and comment below.